Hey, and welcome to the Vergecast for the week of July 16th, 2012. I'm Joshua Topolsky.
I'm David Pierce.
I'm Ross Miller.
I'm not gonna, I was doing the Bane voice before we started. And anyhow, but I'm not going to do it now.
Yeah.
You guys are not
I
going
think
to
we're
get
done.
it. You're not going to get it. Maybe later on. Once
You're just gonna break
So
it
I've had a
out.
little
Not
more
even
It's a
self-care.
Batman thing. You know?
And anyhow, this is the Vergecast where we discuss the week in consumer technology culture, and just regular plain old culture like The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Premiering tonight at midnight across the country
and
And
across
there's
the
a
street.
giant line.
and across the street where there are people in line at 5 o'clock,
Yep.
10 after
like
5.
300 people standing in line for the show. It's
Waiting to.
unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Ibs.
Can we get a paper towel? Michael, I don't see you jumping
You
into
broke
action
it.
here.
There's a delay on the stream. So
What do
This
you
is going
mean?
really well so
I
far.
saw it after it happened.
Michael says there's a delay on the stream, therefore he saw it after it happened, as if that's an excuse.
It's terrible.
He told me that he could predict when horrible things were going to happen.
Well, there's time dilation between this room and that room.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a GIF, isn't it? Me not
Just you
like, oh
spilling.
boy. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was so excited about the Bane impersonation I was about to do.
Which you should now do because you've already had the ramifications plaster all over David's laptop and the table.
Would you say this is equivalent to Gotham being in ruins?
In ruins?
Or
Are you Gotham's Reckoning right now?
Yeah.
You're my computer's Reckoning.
What did Gotham do to Bane that made him so angry? Poor Bane.
Spoilers. God.
Poor Bane. You're just addicted to no, he's probably not even on drugs in the movie, right? Okay. Anyhow. This is not we're not talking about The Dark Knight Rises,
No.
even though I
Can
know
we?
even though I know how it ends.
Okay, you know what did happen?
Turns out Batman is a lady.
Boom.
Bad lady. There you go. There you are.
Thank you.
Why are you giving him the? No, do not pass it to me.
I don't know. Oops.
Goes
over
It's
there now.
broken. So as you can tell, Neeli and Paul are not here. Paul is in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Neeli is interviewing a person of interest.
That's brilliant. Intrigue.
A person of
Intriguing.
interest. Anyhow, but we've got great, good, cool, fresh buddies here,
And Batman.
and Batman.
And Batman.
Don't
Sorry.
make me.
I'm
don't
sorry.
make
I'm
me
done.
do it.
I'm done. That was it.
I've already done my Batman impersonation in public. I think to great effect. Don't mind telling you. So anyway, but no, there's a lot of stuff. This is a crazy week. Surprisingly for
It's
as
a crazy hour, actually.
Well, the hour has been crazy, but it's
Yeah.
felt like a light week of news. But we've actually had some significant stories. I mean, some really significant stories.
Well, let's start with, I think the biggest story was Marissa Meyer as the new CEO
Or
of
Marissa
Yahoo.
Mayer, depending on who you
Is
are.
it, I mean,
is it Meyer or
I
Mayer?
think if
It's
you're
Meyer.
her, it's Meyer.
I'd like to take a vote.
Charlie Rose says Meyer.
Meyer?
I'll go with him.
If Rose says Meyer, then that's what it is. Anyhow, Marissa Meyer became the CEO of Yahoo, and she's preggers. She's totally pregnant, guys. Is she going to be able to run a company? I don't know. What's going to happen once she's got a baby?
Did she elect her
Scandalous.
and the
She's
child?
going to have to spend all her time with the baby. She's not going to have time for the baby that is Yahoo! Exclamation mark.
Somebody's going to burn this building down before this podcast is over.
Yeah.
Why? You think we're going to get like a hate Molotov?
That's possible.
Is there like a nice Molotov cocktail? Like, I like you. Check it out. A Mazel Tov cocktail.
You throw
Does that
it,
still-
rainbows come
Does
out.
that still explode though?
It's just like it's fireworks.
Does it still
Yeah.
burn you up? No? Okay. All right. Anyhow, Marissa Meyer, Marissa Meyer, CEO of Yahoo. Big deal. She left Google. And there's some debate as to whether she left Google as a well-loved hero of Google, or if she was like not that well liked by a lot of people.
Well, yeah, because there were these stories that she, I guess, her last position was it the head of location services? I forget what the title was. but
Yeah,
she was
some
in charge
kind
of all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it actually means, but it seems like she had run the teams with Gmail and all kinds of their other
mean
huge
prior
products
to that?
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think a lot of people, I don't know whether this is accurate or not, but I think a lot of people assumed that this was like a step backwards and kind of
Yeah.
out of the limelight of Google's cool products.
Yeah, I think that is part of the assumption.
Yeah, so she was VP of the location service, and they hired a senior VP to oversee her.
Right.
At that point, she was out of the inner circle. There's an inner circle that Larry Page had. She was in it for a little bit, and she got taken out for whatever reason.
The whole thing reeks of cronyism and a boys' club and glass ceiling and I think
Eric Schmidt, a nice leather
discriminate
chair with cigar.
and discrimination against pregnant people.
Are you just trying to even out for your other comments so nobody burns the
I'm
building down?
I'm enraged. What if Bain got a hold of this information? What would he do? He'd make Larry,
He's Google's
He'd
reckoning.
make Larry pay. He's Google's reckoning. Larry's punishment must be more severe. Or Sergey's or Eric's. Eric Schmidt's. Eric Schmidt's punishment. Schmidt's punishment must be more severe.
All about Schmidt.
Yeah. Anyhow, but so that's all we really know at this point. She's going to turn Yahoo around. She's going to create a great Yahoo email experience. She's going to pick the right colors. There is a story about Marissa Mayer that I thought was really interesting, which is the 41 shades of, not 50 Shades of Gray, but it's like the 41 shades
Nine
of
to go.
blue. It's like 41.
I haven't heard this story.
It's like that. Who a designer left?
Right,
I
and
should have more detail. I can't think of his name right
So
now.
yeah, there's a designer left,
Yeah.
and he wrote this scathing post like about like his experience at Google, and without calling her out, but, like backlinking to her, he's like, there's this one person that was like such a stickler for detail, and since like we talked about every pixel, we argued over every pixel, 41 shades of one color, and they could not figure out the right one. Like,
But they were also, isn't there some insinuation that they were like trying to engineer what color would be? There's like some algorithm for picking out the color.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
like
something like
A/B
that.
tested
Yeah.
tiny different shades of
Yeah,
blue.
yeah. And that it wasn't for a designer was not a very fun place to be, apparently.
so the point is, like, to take it from that, she has a strong attention for detail.
Well, and I
almost
will
to a
say,
detriment is what
and I will
this
say,
guy suggests.
and I will say, like, if that's true, you know, we've seen this era of Google design in the last, I mean, how's long it's been? About a year, maybe a little bit longer.
Are you
where
going to call
Google-
it the Matthias era?
Well, it's not just Matthias, but it just seemed like somebody kind of let design loose at Google.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Google was really ugly up until, like, remember what Gmail used to look like? And we were all like, how could you change it? And now, like, look at, you know,
It
old
looks really good.
old Gmail is like seriously assy. Is how I would describe it.
Well, and all their other
It's
products.
like an ass. It's like a butt.
yeah.
Okay,
It is a butt.
it's just like a butt sitting on a table, and not a nice one, not a sexy butt, a gross one.
Well, and all their products used to look really different too, and now they kind
Yeah,
of
they look like they
alike,
were
which
like
is
designed
nice.
by 100 different engineers in different places with different ideas. Now it looks like it's a cohesive whole,
Right.
and it looks really good, I think.
It does look good.
And so maybe she did stand in the way of that.
Well, we don't
We'll
know.
know if Yahoo gets even uglier.
But also, it's like if they're hiring Meyer as like the top role, Yahoo wants to become a product company more than like a sales and service company.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing
Well-
I've been wondering throughout this whole thing. It's like they had I can't remember the guy's name offhand, but they had another guy who they were thinking of hiring for the CEO who was like a media guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't hire him. They instead hire Marissa Mayer, who's very much technical, and she's an engineer. And she has a computer science
And she's
degree,
pregnant,
which
don't
is
forget
about
actual.
that.
She
Computer
has an
science degree.
actual.
I mean, I
degree
know
from
she has a
college.
computer science degree, but we cannot forget that she is pregnant.
It's very
Okay.
no, and the thing, it's Ross Levinson. Thank you, chat. That was his name.
Ross Levinson,
Ross
yeah.
Levinson. But so what I want to know is like what is Yahoo? Like what do they fancy themselves?
The
They
who?
lost search.
Who
That's over.
The what company?
The one. But that's what I can't figure out. Like they're huge as a media company. Like why not just
Who is
own
Yahoo?
that?
Let's talk about what I mean. They own Flickr.
Yeah.
They have Flickr.
They have
you
some
see-
assets.
Do you see there was this great like Dear Flickr or Dear Marissa Mayer, please fix Flickr. Do you see this?
No, who's it by?
I forget who it was that put it up.
I mean, Flickr has the guts of a really good product.
yeah.
It does.
You
I think
know?
it still has more mind share than like say Picasso or other like photo services. Instagram notwithstanding.
I mean, I think that there are some really valuable Yahoo as a company with products. Hey, you know what? Hey, come on. Hey.
come on.
I don't know what's going on in here. I think they have some really great stuff. They just have to find a way to utilize it. You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Flickr is a great example. You know, their email actually is not that bad.
No, and they've improved it a lot in the last
but
just,
like,
6
could
months.
they improve it more? Could they integrate it better?
or a better question: can they get people to try it again? Because I feel like there's a mind share issue at this
Right.
point. Like,
Well,
how can you?
I mean, if they could do
convince
something,
people.
if they can do something that actually moves the ball forward, versus just putting a nice coat of paint on mail. I mean, AOL did the same thing. They were
Yeah.
like, we have new mail, but it was just like mail with like a nicer skin.
You know, honestly, I was thinking about like, is Gmail still the only major email company to like use labels instead of folders?
Well,
Like, that's another big thing,
yeah. I mean, they have a
Yeah.
lot of really pretty advanced stuff going on. Filters,
right?
you know.
Oh, Yahoo Pipes has always been a great service for us. Like, it's like it's a minor thing, but it's something. They can
Yeah,
do.
but what if you could turn Pipes into a really cool consumer facing
Exactly.
service? Like if this then that is almost like Pipes in a way.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
it's
make
pipes
make,
in a way
make
that
pipes
makes
with a good
sense.
user
buy,
interface.
buy. Here's what Yahoo could do that would be cool. Buy if this then that, and like make it like give it like a pipes interface where you can some really straightforward. You can just piece things together. I mean, don't give it the pipes interface because that's bad.
But like if this,
But, like, I'm
that's
just saying,
the UI,
like,
and
yeah.
then pipes is like the server that powers it. Like,
Yeah.
that's a great combination.
But do they care? I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing.
It's
Like,
product.
there's still Yahoo's still this giant company with a ton of employees and a ton of revenue.
I mean,
and, like,
Yahoo invented widgets. They didn't invent widgets, but they bought what was the company Confabulator?
Yeah.
That
Wow.
and then they had Yahoo
way
widgets.
to pull that one out.
Yeah, I
from
just don't know where that came
2004.
from. But
Yeah.
that was the only other thing that did widgets really like what Apple
Yeah.
was doing, and they had some really cool stuff. Like, is there some way like become like a widget powerhouse for Android? Like, have Confabulator widgets be on Android.
And
Like, why-
honestly, with Marissa Mayer, who spearheaded iGoogle, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like a page of widgets.
or just like I'm saying, take some of the stuff you already own and utilize it. That's consumer facing, but utilize it in a way that's cool and useful and helpful and does something interesting and new.
Right.
Not like a Me Too product. I think that's the thing. I mean, it's a big challenge for anybody, whether you're pregnant or not. Okay.
But especially
No
if
matter
you're
how
pregnant.
pregnant, but especially with that baby on board, in the oven, bun in the oven. Is that what they say? That is gross. That is disgusting. I can't believe people say that. That is an affront. That's an effrontery to all humanity.
Our buns in the
Actually,
oven.
affront
gross.
is enough. You don't need to add the.
It's just an affront.
You could say I wanted to use the word effrontery, but there's no need. I don't even know if it is a word.
It's not really a...
I'm sure it's somebody in chat will be telling us
Yeah,
if it's a
I'm
word.
sure.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. It's a word. Don't care what you think.
Nobody.
I'm gonna make it a word.
Nobody cares.
Ah,
I think everybody hates you.
I hate when Krayshawn was just giving me the wrap up this bit thing. I won't wrap it up. You're gonna make me go longer with this bit. Is what's gonna happen, my man. You better watch it. You better watch yourself. Check yourself. Anyhow, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. It's been a long week.
In other news...
In other news,
So every company on the planet, literally every single one, announced earnings today.
like in the last
all of them.
hour.
Yeah, like right now, they're all on calls.
tell me about them.
So Google announced earnings.
Those were good.
Which were good. Yeah,
They
I mean, we
were,
can basically run through this pretty easily.
$2.8 billion in net income.
Yeah,
It's
12 billion
amazing
in
how
revenue.
well you know this,
12
Josh.
billion in revenue.
Yeah, and Motorola took a loss, but who cares? Because they're Motorola.
And it also
Well-
has 233 million, which is not
I mean,
a
it's
lot.
233
like
million.
Google's bottom
It's
line.
233 million in the midst of like other successes. Now, I mean, if they'd have been on their own, Motorola Mobility on their own, would have looked a lot more punishing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and what I thought was really interesting is their paid clicks were up 42% from the same time last year.
That's crazy.
Which
But-
is huge.
but
Like, I
also-
would have thought
yeah.
this would be as big as it would ever
It's
be.
a quantity thing though, because like the cost per click is down 16%. So it's like they're making less per click, but they're doing a lot more clicks.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd like to see how that balances out, but 42 up to 42% is huge. I'd like to know
Yeah.
what is driving that. Do they say? Do they say specifically what's driving?
Do
the-
they have prettier clicks? Like,
I mean,
or
yeah.
ads
Have they
still?
done? Are they doing new ad initiatives? Is
know.
it just better? I mean, is it just better advertising? Is it like are people more responsive to ads right now? Like, I'd like to know how that's happening.
I mean, the thing I've seen, and this is totally anecdotal and has nothing to do with anything really, but
circumstantial evidence.
it's right. But I've seen even just like in Gmail or in the sidebar of Google and stuff, like way better targeted ads recently.
I watched Laura click on an ad the other day. I was shocked. Whoa, my audio just went out in one of my ears.
I wonder, like, because they've been doing a huge like shop consumer focus, and like to your point, like there are times when I'm looking at a product and they'll have the shop page. I'm now more tempted to click on that,
Yeah.
and that may be counting toward their ad revenue.
I'm totally.
Yeah,
this year is totally out for me.
Oh,
Fine.
I literally have nothing actually on this.
Yeah, I
So.
can't
How
hear
you
it.
don't?
No, I'm gonna take this off. Actually, it doesn't matter to me.
You're taking it all off?
It's off.
Wait, you just came through when you yelled.
Going offline
You're just coming through a little bit.
a little bit.
It's not happening.
All right,
Yeah, why do we wear these?
to talk to each other.
But we're in the room.
Nope.
We're not actually. We're all. Oh, this is.
Screw this.
I'm gonna keep mine on.
How about that?
Screw you guys.
David,
Huh?
join us.
My-
Join
all
us,
right.
David.
It's great to be
Doesn't it
nude.
feel
Wow.
so much
This is
better?
What's going on
amazing.
with my hair? It looks a little
Just-
funky. Got a little.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
what is that?
Okay, but so
All right.
Google's kind of boring. They
Yeah.
just they made money. Good job, Google.
Money.
They have $43 billion in cash.
This is
and
weird.
that's less
This is
than the
weird.
last quarter.
So what have they
Um,
been buying?
Everything.
Google made some acquisitions, but okay, let's go through it. What Microsoft?
Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft's also announced, and Microsoft's were much. Well,
There
Microsoft's
are two
kind of
records.
odd.
There are two records that are important. It's the first quarterly loss since the company went public.
Yep.
So more or less first time ever. And it was a record revenue of $18 billion.
Their loss was 492 million.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was.
Yeah. Mostly due
So
to the write-down, the $6 billion write-down of their Aquantive acquisition.
you may notice a lot of these figures come up in Josh's 90 Seconds on the Verge later.
Let's just say that I did a 90 seconds on The Verge today,
It had
and
something
it
to do with
covered
this.
the earnings.
There was a lot of memorization of numbers. And I
That's
thank
right.
you for doing that.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to do it.
Look, it's pleasure's all mine to see you squirm at trying to figure out every single number.
I don't like this. I'm putting these back on.
Really?
Make
You hear me
it's
too
making
much.
me very uncomfortable. It's too real in here. Things are getting too real.
I'm living free.
Oh, so wait, both my sides are back. That's weird.
You know what I thought was really interesting though was
What's that, David?
Let's see who wrote this post. Brian wrote this post and said the company's entertainment and devices division, which includes the Xbox 360, recorded the most impressive growth with revenue for the quarter jumping 20% to more than $1.7 billion. So we've been talking all this stuff about the Xbox 360's reached the end of life. We're all waiting on this new thing, and yet they're still growing and
Yeah.
making more money than ever.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you can't. I really can't believe how much I use the Xbox now.
Me
Now that
too.
it has
Yeah.
HBO Go and Amazon, I'm like, I basically do all my video watching on there.
Yeah.
I even paid for a movie
What?
recently.
What?
I'm going to do it tonight, too.
What was this movie?
Using
I
the
wanna know.
Zood.
What was the movie?
I don't want to tell you.
27 Dresses.
No, I was friends with kids, and it's
that good?
It's the
To your
Jennifer
point, 27
Westphal.
Dress isn't that bad. You take
Oh,
that
27
back.
Dresses.
No,
is a great
27
movie.
Thank you.
Dresses is terrible.
How dare you?
And no, I'm speaking as a man who likes a rom-com. I'm not saying it's like terrible.
Hey, I saw that in
I'm not saying
theaters.
it's, oh, did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
impressive.
Friends with kids.
The trailer
Thumbs
looks
up,
good.
thumbs down.
It's not that good.
Really?
Thumbs down.
That's a
I
shame.
really didn't think.
Can we just admire this for the rest of the?
I don't
Vergecast?
understand what's going on.
Just for anyone who listens to the show and doesn't watch it, you are missing out right now.
What was my line?
Josh,
Josh, your biceps are
What
enormous.
was my Bane line?
Your punishment must be more severe.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do this again.
You'll punish
Why
him.
haven't you killed me?
You'll punish him as we all shall.
That's strong work.
Yeah.
Can we take this down? This is actually very, thank you.
When Gotham
Disturbing.
is in ruins, you can die.
I don't know what you're saying.
Where are they? All right. Anyhow, sorry. What is wrong? We're such
Windows,
such babies. We're
Microsoft.
such babies. Windows. Oh yeah, right. So, but Windows 8 is coming out. It wasn't actually. I mean, they posted losses, but they made a huge, terrible acquisition.
When you're
Right.
out of $6 billion, I feel like that quarter you kind of
Hey,
lose.
it's not
in
a
return.
write-off. It's a write-down.
It's a write-down.
One
Whatever
thing,
that
one
means.
thing you
Yeah.
can say is like, Microsoft isn't currently soaring. You know, they're not like we're killing it. It just is like we're not going out of business. You know,
But I mean, but the thing is, like, we say that because they're, I feel like they're not growing by these crazy amounts, but they did $18 billion in revenue in the
And
last
even if
3
they
months.
don't get
they
everyone
wrote
upgrade-
down. They wrote down a $6 billion acquisition.
well, there is
Right.
that. I'm not saying there's not that.
But that is one
and they
quarter
have
for
a
them.
failing. They have a failing mobile product. I mean, it's not doing well.
Right.
You know, and Nokia. Speaking of segue, Nokia posted a $1 billion operating loss.
Right.
And they say they sold 4 million Lumia handsets, only 600,000 in America.
So 4 million's not bad, but there's no U.S. penetration at all.
And the market share is the needle has not moved
No.
really. And it's not. It's a slow burn. It's very slow.
Well, and
the
what's
burn is slow.
What's really interesting about that to me is that it means nobody's buying the Lumia 900. This like big flagship phone that AT&T promoted the heck
Well,
out
I mean,
of. Like
if they sold
600,000, I'm
if
not
they sold
impressed.
600,000,
I'm not impressed.
Well, I mean, 600,000 more Nokias that were sold
Fair.
last quarter.
Touche.
You know,
There's that.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Though they did post an operating loss of $1 billion, so maybe it isn't better than nothing.
But I mean, with Windows Phone 8 coming out, is that like a starting over point? Like, because Windows Phone 8 is much
I mean, how many
better than
times
7.
can you start over?
How many
what
times?
is the-
how
what is-
much money do you have in your bank account?
I don't
mean,
know.
That's really what
I
it
do
is.
feel like I said this when I did my review of the Lumia, and I still feel this way. Like it's like WebOS all over again, where it's like, how many times will we go like, this is going to be the one. This is going to be it.
How many
you
times
know.
we said that about Yahoo?
Finally have the right device. We finally have the right support. HP supporting them, and you've got the right devices, and the software's really tightened up now. This is going to be it. You know?
I don't know. I mean, like,
So many angry Microsoft fanboys right now in chat.
as long as they're funding, they're going to keep doing it. Like, for example, Yahoo has
You mean
started
Yahoo?
over. Yahoo!
Oh my God,
Has started
what is
over like
happening?
5 or 6 times in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of business. That's like saying Microsoft has started.
Well,
over.
and I don't
Well,
know that
it
you want
has.
to pattern yourself after Yahoo's last 5 or
yeah,
6
just
years.
look at Yahoo. They're
Yeah.
doing okay.
But the point is, and they're still
maybe
around.
maybe,
They're still,
maybe,
they are
Mar-
still
maybe
around.
Marissa Mayer will become the CEO of Microsoft.
So the
now.
question is, if Palm wasn't acquired, would it still be around trying?
It's not around trying.
But it was also acquired.
Either way, it wouldn't have been around.
Nokia has a lot of money in the bank account. They can do this for a couple of years. They can screw up.
Migo.
Migo.
They could have done it.
Really?
No, but I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Tizen. It's
they-
coming, man.
Let's just say this: Windows Phone has what 2.3% market share or something. What was the last market share number?
I have no
Something
idea.
like that. I can't remember.
I mean,
offhand,
I
but
think-
it was something like
I
that.
think it's not inconceivable that if Nokia had pushed hard on Migo, had gotten developers psyched about it, and had produced good products, and they did. The N9 is pretty good,
It's a great piece of hardware.
and the software is really pretty interesting.
And despite
I'm
the
just
fact
saying, like, if they had had full force behind it, could they have acquired 2%? Oh, I'm sorry, I just spit on you. I
all right.
apologize. I don't know how that happened. Could they have acquired 2% market share?
I mean, I don't think the situation's any different, and I agree. I think they could have gotten 2% market share because it's the same story. Nobody else is making good Windows phones, so
Right.
it's basically Nokia's OS at this point.
Oh, what's a good Windows phone?
Ross's Samsung Focus 2.
No,
it's
what's that? I'm
not.
saying
It's everything
they're-
but.
But what
Like-
is it? What does it matter?
I mean,
It's just a nice piece of hardware obviously doesn't matter. People aren't just buying things because the hardware is nice.
Right.
It's hard to buy a piece of fashion
That's like
that's
buying
a 2-year
it's like
commitment.
the bold
Essentially.
hardware. The bold hardware is really nice.
Yeah, it is. My
Really nice.
buddy of mine just got one. And I
You
was
want
holding it. I
one,
was like,
right?
this is
Yeah,
nice.
it's
and then
but you're not going to buy one because it's not fun to use.
no, and then I hit the
It
menu
doesn't
button and
have any
scrolled
app.
through
Yeah,
like
and
40,
you're like,
and I was like, I'm out.
you're loading up calendar and you get the little spinning thing. It's like it's not good. So the point is that people aren't buying based on hardware. If they were, I would have a Lumia 900 or 800,
Yeah.
900. Sorry,
900.
Yeah.
The 800 is nice too. I'm just saying either one,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to buy it because the hardware is the best hardware on the market in my opinion. Like in terms of look and feel,
Yeah.
the best, the most awesome. I love it, and the software just isn't there. Anyhow, not to bash it, but I'm just saying, like, if Nokia had taken Migo and really pushed it, they're not a small company, you
No.
know. If they had taken Migo and pushed it and pushed developers and said, look, you can port your apps. I mean, look, it's Linux based, right?
Right.
You can port. I mean, how easy would it be to port an iOS app to that framework, to that device, or a WebOS app, or even an Android app? My guess is a lot easier than it is to go to, or at least somewhat easier than it is to go to Windows Phone. I'm just saying you may have had an opportunity there to do something interesting, but we'll never know. But
Maybe
2%,
we will know.
2%, 3% market share. Like I think that's not inconceivable.
No, I don't think
I
so
mean,
either.
Palm still has like 2% market share or something.
Right.
Like Palm OS.
I feel so bad for all those people.
I know, right?
Didn't you buy a Pixie? What happened with that?
Yeah, I bought a Pixie the other day.
How'd that go?
Well, I went back and read my Engadget review of it, which I was like, I cannot recommend this phone to anybody.
Except for yourself.
No, I forgot. It is terrible. I mean, it is a piece of crap. I mean, it's absolutely terrible.
But WebOS is pretty great. It was pretty great.
WebOS had amazing features. Why are we talking about WebOS again?
Because it's the
But man, I gotta tell you, those phones. I mean, the Pre was better. I remember I did a dual review of Pre Plus and Pixie Plus, and I was like, the Pre Plus is $50 more than this thing, and if you're gonna get one of these phones, the Pre Plus is obviously the phone
Yeah,
to get.
right.
And it's a pretty great, at the time was a pretty solid device that had some really interesting, it had huge potential. I thought, and I say like it's like if you believe in WebOS as a platform, this is an awesome phone. The Pixie, on the other hand, was not awesome, and it was not awesome last week, 2 weeks ago when I used it.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So the other company that had earnings this week or today,
Yes.
like right now,
Yes.
Was Verizon.
Oh, yeah, Verizon.
And Verizon's kind of the same story as Google. Like, oh, we keep making more money.
Cannot stop
new
making
people.
money.
Yeah.
They sold 2.6 million iPhones, 2.9 million Android phones. Is that number right?
2.7 million iPhones.
2.7 million
2.7 million
iPhones,
iPhones, 2.9
2.9
million
Android.
Which is
Android.
interesting. It's down 500,000 from the last quarter. iPhones.
What's down?
iPhones. It was
They sold
3.2 million
500,000
last quarter.
fewer iPhones than the
Really?
last quarter. Yeah.
Right.
I
Ga-
wonder. I
Galaxy
think
Nexus effect.
no. I think that I don't buy it. Nobody knows what the Galaxy Nexus is. What I think it
I've
is, is
actually
that
seen a few. Go ahead.
I think people have finally figured out when the new iPhone comes out, and I think now I think this is going to start happening
After
every year.
5 years.
No, seriously.
They're
like,
wait a second.
like
They're
my,
going to announce a new one.
My dad needs a new phone. And I've told my family, like, if you buy a gadget without telling me, I will punch you in the face. I said this to my
to
family.
your mother and father.
Said it to
Are you
both.
gonna punch your mother in the face?
No, because they don't do it anymore. They don't buy gadgets
But
without
did
me
you punch
anymore.
He
your mother
was
in the
punching
face?
him in the face a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just trying to take care of my family here. But
you're trying to
You're a
take
good
care
man,
of your
Charlie Brown.
family. You're trying to take care of your family by punching them in the face.
yes,
It's cool.
it's preventive.
I hurt
But
because
so,
I love.
I'm talking to my dad about buying a new phone, and he was like, "Oh, well, I hear the Galaxy S3 is really good." My dad like sort of knows what cell phones
Yeah,
are.
I don't think your dad
but
gets
then,
to play in this.
But then he's like, "Oh, but I hear the next iPhone is coming in August," and I was like, "How in the world did you?
Where
hear
did he
that?"
get August?
I
Yeah.
apparently
You need to tell him
that's
to stop
the-
reading
I'm-
those other racks and read TheVerge.com.
That's probably a good idea.
But
But I think people have figured out that the iPhone comes at a certain time every year, and now are
the
going
iPhone
to
comes
wait.
about once a year.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
And now people will wait.
Well, I think that may not be untrue, and we'll have to see.
And LTE
I
is a
did
big
think. Well, LTE is a big deal.
Well, actually, the other point, there's a couple, two other figures I thought were interesting here. Of the 2.9 million Android phones, 2.5 million were LTE.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, like, Verizon's gone all in with LTE. They're getting people at least to use the network,
So
even if they don't realize.
Needless to say, the next iPhone is probably going to be an LTE device.
Well, hasn't Verizon said like we're not releasing smartphones without
Well-
LTE anymore? But then they went back with.
I mean,
BlackBerry
I
and
cannot.
I mean, if the iPhone is not an LTE, Verizon's not going to just
No,
stop.
I mean, I'm going to tell you
Fairly.
something. I cannot possibly see any scenario. I would bet $1,000 the next
$1,000 US dollars.
1,000 Linden dollars from Second Life.
Sold.
I would bet dollars to donuts. Now, I would take those $1,000 and put them to
Turn them into donuts.
to donuts.
which is
Why
approximately
do you
200
bet
donuts.
dollars to
No,
donuts?
more
What does
than
that mean? Does anybody know what that means?
What's the cost of a donut right now?
You mean average
It's
donut cost?
99
Yeah.
cents at Dunkin' Donuts because I just bought one today.
What-
Really?
I bought one
Wait,
literally on my
wait,
way
hold,
over here.
hold on. What's Creighton? What are you trying to say?
Well, if you buy by the bulk. Yeah. But individual donut is what?
Average price. What system are
$200.
you using? Are you using the Dunkin' system?
The Dunkin'.
Dunkin'
I mean, are
system.
there other systems?
There's
a
a crispy system.
When was the
See?
last time you had a Krispy
or
Kreme
if you
donut?
or if you live in Greenpoint, there's the Peter Pan system. Yeah.
I'm down with the Peter Pan.
Are
system.
you? Have you ever
Peter
had
Pan
the-
donuts are amazing.
Have you ever had the donut ice cream sandwich where it's like it's like
What?
I think it may actually be. Oh no, it's a donut cut in half with ice cream in the middle, and it is.
I have to go. I need one right now.
Did Michael just exclaim, "Oh my god"?
yeah.
Dude, it is delicious, delicious. Tina Fey also a big Peter Pan fan.
Fun
right.
fact.
Yeah. Oh, it's
good enough for Tina.
My side went out again. Anyhow,
So the last thing about Verizon,
Yes.
finally, for the first time ever, I'm surprised it took this long.
oh wait, I didn't finish my point.
Oh, get your point done.
Dollars to donuts. The next iPhone has to have LTE. There's no way they can do it without LTE. I mean,
Especially now the iPad.
No, I mean,
has
Yeah,
it.
the iPad has LTE.
I just
Done.
don't see. I think, but the question, the really interesting question is like, can they keep this battery life with LTE? And if they can, what kind of crazy black magic are they using?
I mean,
Well,
others have done it. Like I get a full day out of my iPhone and nothing more, and it's on 3G. And every LTE phone I test, I get a full day and nothing more. I feel like that's just kind of where we're at now.
The iPhone
especially even
has
with
gotten.
LTE.
I feel like the 4S battery life is not. It doesn't seem as up to.
Let's look at the new iPad. It's got 4 times as much pixels to render, and it's LTE, and it's not a bad battery life. Like, I think Apple's figured it out.
Yeah,
Well, the
but it's
capacity
you got a
of that
much
battery is
larger,
giant.
It's a much larger
Yeah.
battery.
So-
It's like isn't it double capacity of the last iPad?
Right.
Something ridiculous?
Rumor has it they've made the iPhone screen thinner. I'm sure they're making other things lighter so they can just put more battery. At some point, 5 years from now, it's going to be battery and screen, and that's the entire iPhone.
There's not gonna be any. How is the processing gonna happen?
It's going to be in the screen.
BPU, battery
Yeah.
processing unit. Huh? You like that?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam. Battery access memory.
So the
pretty
last thing about Verizon, we can move on. For the first time ever, over 50% of its customers are now using a smartphone.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's in line with the national averages.
Right. It was 47 before. Now they finally crossed the halfway point.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's only going to go up from here.
I mean, it's everybody's going to be using a smartphone. Smartphones are hot.
Right.
Especially now that we have these shared data plans that you can share among devices.
Oh,
or
you
family or
segueing? You
whatever.
segueing to some shit?
No,
Do we wanna
I
talk
don't-
about
I
this?
don't care about shared data
Might as well.
plans.
Should we take a call?
Yeah, let's take a call.
Cool.
We're gonna get our number up on the line.
Could
on the
you
phone
be
here,
pregnant
on the
and run
wall,
Yahoo?
On the
That's-
what is the
no.
what do we get? We're getting it up on the screen. Call into the Vergecast. Call in. We'd love to talk to you. The number is 888-418-4074. And what's the topic? What do we want to talk to people about?
What should Yahoo do? How would you fix Yahoo?
How would you fix Yahoo?
All right.
You play the CEO. You don't have to be pregnant.
What is your one like
it
your
helps if-
top idea?
It helps if you are. And tell us here on the Vergecast, and we'll tell you if we think you're right or not.
I'm just
if
gonna
we-
drink.
And if we don't think you're right, we'll ridicule you and make you regret having ever dialed that number.
The winner gets to sue Yahoo for stealing the idea.
Yahoo. This guy cannot say
Yeah,
Yahoo
if you call that
properly.
again, we're gonna have a problem. I'm sorry.
888-418-4074. What else is going on while we wait for a call to come in? Ooh, the lines are exploding.
All
The lines are blowing up.
3 of them.
Four
Sorry.
lines exploding. Oh, here we go. We've
right.
got a checkbox. Caller, you're on the air. What is your name and how would you fix Yahoo?
Hi, I'm Steve, and I think that Yahoo is basically falling behind in mostly its search, its brand awareness, and then its email. A lot of people have switched to Google for their search. I mean, Yahoo started to use Google search model. Behind in email, I don't know anybody. What Yahoo email account should I use and get Yahoo? Then
Steve, are you
I
on
don't know anybody who.
Hang on, let me
really
stop you.
thinks
Are you on a cell phone?
No, I'm on a computer. I'm from Germany right now.
Oh, you're in Germany. You're having some crazy weird cutouts where your voice seems to echo off into like an explosion of static.
I'm picturing you in a giant warehouse.
Yeah,
just
are you
alone
in a
the center.
warehouse in Berlin?
Oh.
Are you in Hamburg? Are you in? All right, Steve, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to cut this short because we can't hear you. I apologize.
It's nothing personal.
Try again soon.
Except it kind of is.
Hi, you're on the air. What is your name and how would you fix Yahoo?
My name is Steve Robles from Central Florida, and I would fix Yahoo. I would really play off the Flickr angle, because that's still the main photo service I use to really archive and save my photos in the cloud. I feel like that's the one, now that Facebook's bought Instagram, and who knows what they'll do with that, really try to create a great service for photo sharing,
Yeah.
album sharing, journaling, and really play off that angle, really go to the mobile and the iPad.
What would you do?
Absolutely.
What would you do
So-
specifically with Flickr? Like, what do you think it's lacking right now?
I still feel like it looks kind of janky, and even using it, being able to organize your photos is kind of not, it's not very intuitive.
It is really hard to. It's hard to use. It's hard to like. I want to look at a big version of this photo. It's like really unintuitive.
Right.
There's like 6 different
Right.
screens to view different sizes. It's got that
Right.
like the black screen, and then it's got the white screen, and it's got the. I don't get it.
Right, and like it took me forever to figure out how to move
What
a
is the
photo
deal?
from one batch to another.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, it
Exactly,
is
yeah.
like it's like it should be drag and drop. It should be like really like it should be very like HTML5-ish, right? It should feel like a modern
Right.
app. It should feel like a web app, and it doesn't. It feels like crap.
Right,
frankly.
and Instagram, it's great for sharing one photo, and I created one iCloud photo journal, and I didn't even know what to do with it. Where do I send it, or who can see it? So I just really think they should play off the mass photo sharing, archiving. I feel like my photos would be safe there, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Anything else? What else? What about remember Buzz? Remember they had a service called Buzz? It was like Dig.
I thought that was Google.
No, Google had Buzz too, but Yahoo had Buzz, and it was
Right.
like Dig.
It's apparently
Does it
just
still
not a
exist?
good name.
I mean, honestly, I never go to yahoo.com, so I really can't.
No. What is it
I
now?
don't even know what to do.
Really? Do you use Yahoo email?
Yeah. No.
Do you play fantasy football with Yahoo?
I actually don't. I don't.
Huh.
That's
See,
the one
that-
thing I
Don't
still
tell
do.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing they have in
Fantasy
their,
football?
Yeah,
And it's
Yes.
bad. It's really janky.
it's okay.
Not
It's
that
the
I
job
would,
done.
not that I would know.
In Facebook, I see a lot of people read Yahoo articles, and I see it in my Facebook news feed, but I never want to install a Yahoo app on Facebook, so I just never read it.
Well, their news
so frictionless,
Yahoo News footprint is really large. Like there is
Right.
they are a presence in news online. They bought Associated Content. which I think was not a good purchase.
And then they changed the name to what was it?
I don't know. They could just change the name to like kind of extremely mediocre content that nobody should.
Yahoo
read.
Contributor Network.
Yeah, the Contributor Network. I think it's a miss. All right, well, Steve, thank you for dialing in and good point on the Flickr stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Caller, oh, I almost did it again. Caller, you're on the line. What is your name? How would you fix Yahoo?
Yeah, I'm John, and well, I mean, basically, like you were saying earlier, Yahoo still has a lot of services that people identify with, and I mean, if they would just come out with some cool, really slick apps, you know, I'd totally be down to install them. I mean, they have a lot of services just like anybody else, so. I mean, if they make awesome stuff, I mean, why wouldn't other people use them?
Would you consider using a Yahoo OS on a phone?
I mean, would I have to buy a new phone? Because that just sounds kind of ridiculous for me to go out and buy a new phone. I mean, I just bought a Galaxy Next.
I mean, I just made that up. It's not a real thing. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just wondering. I just popped into my head like they could do their own phone OS. YOS.
I mean, like
Yos.
Yo's.
That'd be great.
It's an exclamation.
Why
mark.
would I want?
Why would you want it? Sick Flickr integration. Just as at a glance.
So Yo's actually brings up a good point though. The Yahoo thing. If they make a great product that doesn't have the Yahoo name, is that better for it or worse? Like if they just start making.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, do people care about Yahoo as a brand? See, why? You know what I would do is I'd change the name. Right?
Yahoo.
Oh, come on, man.
Delicious.
John, what do you think? Would you change the name Yahoo, or do you think that's important to retain it?
Well, I just don't know what the point would be. Like, oh, Yahoo is now, you know, something else. Like, people will probably just put a big question mark on it and probably like throw them off.
What if,
I don't know.
What if it was Yahoo with a question mark on the end instead of the exclamation, like Yahoo? I mean, is it? You don't know. All right, John. Thank you so much for dialing in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
I actually liked.
All right, one more. I'm gonna take one more call here.
Yeah, do that.
Call. You're on the line. What is your name and how would you fix Yahoo?
I think you scared
Person
him.
just hung
Scared
up.
him off.
Hello. It's Steve from Germany again. Okay. Well, it was great having you on the call.
So I was watching David do this, and actually it was interesting. Just going to Yahoo.com. What do they consider?
Yeah. What is it like?
It's news. And
You know what that reminds me of? AOL.com.
Yeah. Well, and
yeah.
speaking of
Yeah.
you know punctuation, AOL was like, we're gonna add a period. Maybe Yahoo should be like,
Oh,
we're done with the
I
exclamation
never
points.
thought about
Semicolon
that.
time.
I never thought about
Yahoo
that.
period.
No, but
They're
but
serious
They
now.
added a period,
Yeah.
and Yahoo
And
has an
lowercase the OL.
and Yahoo has an exclamation mark. Well, you learn something new every day. I never realized that.
I
all
really
right.
like Yahoo.
What else?
question
What else do we have
mark.
on the
That would be
news?
amazing.
On the news
So the
docket?
other big thing that happened this week was Office 2013.
Yeah.
Was revealed and shown off. And
So
you can
much
go download it
Microsoft
now.
news lately. I mean, it has been nonstop.
Every single
Microsoft
day, there's
news.
been at least one Microsoft store. It's like 2-3 weeks.
I'll give them
Way
this.
before that,
I'll give them this.
actually.
They're staying in the news.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And it's mostly positive.
Except for that Vanity Fair article.
Has that come out yet in full?
That was out. Like
Was it?
the day we covered? Like it was on newsstands.
Welcome to
okay.
welcome to last week.
Yeah, I don't read.
Kind of a hit piece. Then they like glossed over the Kinect and Xbox in that thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like everything's been a failure, except for these things were big successes that we're not mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about those.
Anyhow,
And it comes at a weird time because like the Surface is great mind share. Like
yeah,
it's now
it is
positive
odd.
momentum.
It's like a hit.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. I don't know. It's a anyhow. Vanity Fair. I don't trust my tech news to them anyhow, so it's not a problem.
But so Office. So
Yes,
what
Office.
have you had a chance to play with it yet?
I have not had a chance because you have the Windows 8 tablet in the
commandeered
office,
it.
and I
Yeah.
don't have it. So
What was this? We
fair.
used the Samsung.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So what do you think?
I'm cautiously optimistic, I would say.
Well, I watched your video, and like, you know, the ribbon is troubling.
Yep.
For a touch surface.
Right.
I have to assume that this is not done.
I mean, I think the sense I got in talking with Microsoft was that it'll look like this, basically. The ribbon's going to be there. They made a big deal. They're almost kind of ashamed of it. They made a big deal in our meeting of saying, look, you can hide it and it'll never show up again.
They should be ashamed of it because it's like the tiniest touch points.
Yeah, but what I thought was really interesting is there are like the bigger Office itself, like the individual apps haven't changed that much.
It's just like
they have nice topography and whatever. But what's really interesting now is just the way that they do and deliver Office. Because now you don't buy it; it's not just on a disc that you buy at Best Buy anymore. You get it. You literally stream Office. So if you go to, I don't know what the website's going to be, office.com. And you say, I have a PowerPoint document that I want to edit on whatever computer I'm on.
Are you yawning at him? Is he boring you? I'm sorry. Is David
Office
not
just does this
interested
to
in
me.
it?
I mean,
not interested enough
He's
for
about
you?
to get into like Excel and Word. I'm just preparing
All
myself.
right, so you go to office.com.
You go to office.com and you say, I have a PowerPoint that I need to edit, and I've never used this computer before, and I just need to deal with this PowerPoint. It's in your SkyDrive, which is cool, so everything's accessible to you everywhere. And you just say, I need it. And literally 10 seconds later, you're using PowerPoint, the full desktop version of PowerPoint. And I don't really know how it works. I think it's magic.
Well, what
I'm,
about-
like, pretty sure.
What about offline use though?
No, and it streams in the background, and you can use it. I mean, you need an internet connection at first to get it, obviously.
Well,
but
how
then
long? How do you know when it's ready
I'm not
to go?
sure. I haven't.
So you're
timed
saying
it.
that like you start using it immediately as it downloads the software,
Right, and so and if you want it to go away when you're done, you can have it go away when you're done if you're on like a public computer or whatever. And it's just so instead of having like my 5 gigabyte install of Office, it's this just service that's available to you everywhere, which for me is like the dream.
No,
I
that's
hate
amazing.
Google Docs,
but it's
I
only
hate it.
compatible with Windows 8 machines.
It'll be Windows 7 and Windows 8.
Oh, okay, but I can't do it on my Mac
No, you can't do it on your Mac.
And what
because
about
that would be magical.
and what about like iOS and Android? Say I use a Windows phone at home, but or a Windows machine at home, but I probably don't have a Windows phone.
OneNote.
OneNote's interesting because OneNote is like Microsoft experimental playground.
Yeah.
Like Excel, Word,
They do have
they
OneNote
look the same.
for both.
Well, and that was the thing that I thought was the most interesting about all this was that these aren't Metro apps. They run in the desktop. You can get them on WinRT, and you will with WinRT tablets, but you can't. They're very much full desktop apps, but they made both desktop and Metro versions of OneNote that look and feel completely different. And OneNote, the Metro version, is great. It's fast and really easy to use with touch, and like the fact that they got that right makes me excited for like Word.
Well, see, the thing is, I think they're afraid to mess with Word and Excel because so many people use it. But OneNote, it's like, let's just throw things at it, and if it looked good, if people like it, we'll move it to Word.
Yeah, it could be.
And everyone keeps looking at this wheel that was in a OneNote. They're like, oh, it's Courier
Oh, yeah,
style,
the
which is like the big buzzword for everything that Microsoft people want Microsoft to be.
I'm sorry, I moved dramatically.
Everybody's making fun of you in chat for how
Why?
you can't leave your mic alone.
It's annoying. I hate this thing. I just want to be free. Why don't we have lav mics or something? I don't get it.
Do you want a lav mic? We can
Not really.
probably
No,
make it
I
happen.
don't.
You should
I
get
don't.
one that hangs from the ceiling and just.
You're
just gonna
right
chill in
there.
the back of the seat?
So the Courier circular menu is actually something that's of interest to me. Like when I look at the ribbon, it's like why couldn't you do something more? Why couldn't you do something more intuitive instead of having the ribbon? I mean, I just feel like
To be fair, it's actually very addicting to start moving the mic around.
no. I just feel like you're innovating on this. Like you get this radial menu or whatever. Why not do something else? Why not try to get rid of the ribbon? Like
Well, and especially for
a
something.
sea of options that are hard to click on with your
Yeah.
finger.
Especially for something that they're trying to make touch optimized.
I mean, as Jobs said, you have to wiggle your fingers down.
yeah. yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, I think Microsoft, like we've said this so many times with Windows, like it's shackled by its past. If you change Word too much, they're gonna start going to Google Docs or something.
I mean, are they?
I don't know.
And who are they that you speak of?
Probably enterprise. I mean, probably business.
I'd like to know what percentage of Word users use. Like, I bet 90% of Word users use only the most basic functions of the software. And if
Yeah,
you
I'm
gave
sure
them
that's
the
true.
most, if you gave them clearly like
bold,
exposed,
underline.
right? The most. I mean, I use Word once in a while. I only use the most basic functions as quickly as I can, and then get out of there.
I mean, but the Microsoft's biggest market is enterprise and all this stuff, and I agree that they're locked
But I
in.
mean, turn on the ribbon, switch
Yeah.
on. I want Pro mode. Put on
Sure.
Pro mode,
Right.
and give me the ribbon.
and-
Then for everybody else, like give them a regular interface that makes sense.
Yeah, and the part that's like heartening to me and means they might actually do something about it is that they did that with Windows. Like Windows 8 is completely different than Windows 7.
Right.
And yet they're still going to do it, and businesses are going to get it, and they're just going to get used to it because Microsoft is saying this is better. We think it's going to be fine.
Right.
And Office is this giant cash cow for Microsoft, and so I guess I get not wanting to
Okay, now you're just trolling.
change it, but I feel like they're not against doing it, and that's to Microsoft's credit, which I think is awesome.
Finally.
You feel good?
Not really.
You look just luxurious.
You guys missed my epic battle. But we were not going to see this version until the release of Windows 8, which is October 26th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Day before my anniversary. Great gift. Be a great gift. Anniversary gift.
Can we all be live tiles for Halloween?
What?
Creighton liked my idea. Creighton and I are going to be live tiles for Halloween.
Why did Michael just yell, dude?
Okay, so you guys don't like this idea, but this is a great idea.
No. I'm open to it.
Okay.
Go on.
No, that was it. That was my whole idea.
That's your whole idea?
That was it.
No. You can't just bring that up. We're moving on. Pitch me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why should I be a live tile? How can I be a live tile for Halloween? Tell me, David.
See.
Yeah. Let's hear this.
Lay it on us.
Come on.
Okay. So
Let's hear your plan.
Update us.
So the way I see it, I mean, I guess I can tell you how it would practically be, or I can tell you the idea, the conceit.
We're all ears.
Say this is like a step-by-step process. I'm building the costume right now.
So you're building the costume right now?
I want to hear philosophically and practically how the costume is going to work.
Well, philosophically, it's always changing. It's never the same. It's always up to date. So what
Like
I'm
Scanner Darkly style.
No, that's terrifying.
I don't.
There's no like uncanny valley weirdness in my lifestyle
uh,
costume. I don't know. This is a terrible idea. I'm very sorry.
Keep going.
So, I mean, basically, you could just have like a whiteboard that you're always changing, or you could get real crazy about it and have like you be able to rotate it and like pre-plan. So when the clock changes or it becomes like the sun sets, you can rotate your costume, and then it's like, oh, it's
What kind of
nighttime
live
now.
tile would you be?
Yeah. What are you going to be?
Weather?
I think I'd have to be weather. Weather's very important to me.
Can I be heart and have a monkey?
What does that even mean?
Creighton's male. I just decided for Creighton.
Creighton, you're going to be somebody's old busted Yahoo account. You be your own busted Yahoo account.
Why does it always say 0 messages? No, that's updating live.
That's live. Push. All right. I don't know what's happening here. What else do we have?
So there was an iPad prototype revealed.
Oh my God!
In a
This
crazy
thing's crazy.
The
demonstration
1
this
inch
week, yeah.
thick iBook.
This thing is crazy. All right.
Tell me about it.
Nah, I don't have anything to say. It was revealed in
It's
the
just crazy.
Johnny Ive deposition, right?
Yep.
It's a prototype from 2002.
Somewhere or between 02 and 04.
It looks like it's very simple. It looks like the front of it, dead on, looks like an iPad without a home button. And
Right.
when you flip it on the side, it looks like the old white MacBook.
right. The iBook.
Like the lid, it looks like the lid of the the screen and lid of the iBook.
right.
Can we show?
Scroll down.
Can you scroll down? Do we have any of the shots from BuzzFeed?
There we go.
Can you go to the BuzzFeed link? Yes. Can you click on one of those? Yeah, that's good, I guess. Go to the other one, close up one. Do we have it? Oh, these are in the filing. So
Wow, that
these run,
thickness
BuzzFeed
is
first
wild.
found
Insane.
these, and then can we see the close up? This one. Like, look at this. How cool does this look? How heavy would this have been?
Like 20 pounds. Do you remember like before the iPad before the iPod came out when you had these big
Look at this.
like
This is
2.5 inch
crazy.
hard drive MP3 players?
I mean, this is literally the lid of an iBook.
Do you think that was usable? Like someone was actually testing an OS on
Yes,
that?
I bet it was. But I'd love to know what the touchscreen technology is. Like, what is it? Also, like, what's the point of the ruler? I mean, just for scale? Like,
Pretty much.
just get an idea, guys.
It's an inch thick, which doesn't sound like that much, but is kind of
Well, look
insane.
at
That
it.
sounds
It
like
looks
a lot to me.
massive. But I mean, this is basically an iPad.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's the same idea. I was pointing to the
You want to point again? Just we'll
to the
add it back
screen.
later.
To this is what I was.
You're B-rolling.
It's right here.
Do you want to rub it against your face?
No, I don't. I really don't.
People like when you do
I'm
that.
sorry. I gotta apologize. I'm out of it. I'm very tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was tossing and turning.
Because you're so excited about The Dark Knight.
So excited about The Dark Knight Rises.
And all the bad reviews have just got
I can't.
you sad. And
I
upset.
can't.
There are not that many bad reviews.
Let's take
Don't
some
tell me that.
Let's take some calls. Have you seen The Dark Knight Rises? I want to hear what you have to say about
Don't
it.
you
No,
dare.
no,
Don't you
I
Tell
don't.
me how-
That
tell
is
me
a
how it
lie.
ends.
No, nobody
I want to
call.
know the ending of The Dark Knight Rises. Can you tell me? Let's try to guess. What do we think? I can't stop thinking about what the big
See,
secret.
what kills me is I have a friend in production who saw it last night.
So he knows
at
everything.
Ziegler.
Has he been like calling you all day?
He's like, you need to rewatch this movie and this key scene. I'm like,
Oh,
you're like,
really?
No,
That's what it is?
no, stop.
Hey, does it bother anybody that all movies are now like have spoilers? Like you can't see no longer movies without spoilers. Like it used to be like Citizen Kane. Well, there is a spoiler. There is like a thing you can spoil it. Bad example, okay? But there are lots of other movies that don't have spoilers.
So I'm gonna confess, I am a spoiler junkie, especially for TV.
Sure.
Because once
you
a
mean
week,
you like to spoil things for people.
No, I like to read the spoilers. So like Wednesday night was Lost, Friday and Monday there was Lost spoilers that would tease the next
Yeah.
episode. I'm getting a little bit at a time, and then I see the experience of it.
I just feel like okay, we know there's like gonna be a twist, right? There's a twist in The Dark Knight Rises.
well,
He's a woman.
Bad lady.
Bad lady.
Full circle.
there's a basement full of dead cloned Batmans, and every time he
Oh, whoa! Don't be talking about that.
talking about what?
I
Josh?
think you know what I'm talking about.
Do you know what I know?
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you think I know. that you
I
know.
think you know and I know the same things.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Does the word Tesla mean anything to you?
How about Bowie?
Did you just do a spit take? Does Bowie mean anything
Does
to you?
Bowie mean anything to you?
Anyhow, okay. So no, but I was tossing and turning about. Oh, everybody bought Nexus. Did you get a Nexus 7?
I did get a Nexus.
We
7.
didn't talk about this last week, so we should talk about it. Did you get a Nexus 7?
Not yet.
You didn't buy one.
So the thing
Michael Shane just got his. You want to unbox it live on the air?
It'll take 4.5 hours. It'll be great.
Is it hard to open?
It's impossibly.
Did you
There's
see
this-
the YouTube video?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like all these different unboxing videos in a montage.
I
They're
forget.
all
Why is it
struggling.
hard to open? I don't remember. Can we see Michael come in here?
So there's like this invisible tape on all the sides that you can't see. And
No, I
then
don't wanna do it.
They're
You're
like
gonna do it.
vacuum sealed to each other.
Like a machete.
Machete?
A machete?
Apparently. Sorry. I got a set of keys. So we're in there.
Go in there.
So while he's doing this,
Michael Shane,
Where
everyone.
do you want me to stand?
Wherever you want.
How about right here?
Can we
So
get a-
during
David,
the,
I'm gonna get real
That's
close
good.
to you.
Josh and David.
What?
Uh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cool. I'm getting farther away
I'll
from
move
you.
over. Is there room here? Is there enough room? Wow, that was graphic. All right, look at this. Michael Shane, everybody.
everyone admire Michael Shane's phenomenal shirt.
It's got a great
a
shirt.
great shirt.
The shirt has it's a skateboard, and then there's a hoverboard, the hoverboard from Back to the Future next to it. And the skateboard is saying show off to the hoverboard.
All the audio listeners really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's from Threadless.
From Threadless.
It's from Threadless.
Nice plug. All right, Michael Shane is going to unbox the Nexus 7 here. Can you do this?
Sure.
Can you just right there?
What's in the box?
Michael Shane is going to unbox the Nexus 7 on the air. Let's see if he can figure out how to open it. Whoa.
Creighton, tell me
It's
what
like reality TV. How do you move that? Why don't we do handheld? Uh-oh, something's happening.
Oh man.
This is really getting wild. Let me move this.
It's getting intense out there.
I like this is just impromptu.
Wait, no, hold on.
Insanity.
You gotta think. You gotta start from the beginning.
Yeah. You get that? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Okay,
great. There you go. By the way, I think they did a great job on the packaging for this, but we'll see. Brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light, the official beverage of a Nexus 7 unboxing. Bud Light
Non-academic
goes down
advertising.
smooth, comes up even better. All right, here you go. I don't know what's happening. What's wrong?
Okay.
Go ahead, Michael
All right,
Shane,
here we go.
begin.
All right, here we go.
Can we get a timer on the screen? Can
Oh, we really? Okay, so
we bring up the
look at this tape.
exposure? Okay, so now there. Hold on. Let's
Hey,
show.
do
we get
you,
it?
David,
Can we get
There's
what was
tape.
the what was the
Hold on.
Price is Right theme song?
There's tape on the back.
man.
Can you see that? I'm
Is it
trying to
a-
get. There it is.
Do-do-do-do.
Right there.
Do-do-do-do.
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. I would look it up.
Why is this so hard? You just need something to cut it with.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you how we do
Yeah,
it.
you think that's
the
the
military.
Oh, this is genius.
Military.
Can we just like pull? Like, does anyone have like a sharp knife?
How about this right here?
Really?
Yeah. What's wrong with this?
No, nothing.
There we go.
Hold on.
I think that's a little aluminum's not very
Grade A television right
Okay.
here.
bendy.
It's not working.
We have a stopwatch going.
Right now I'm under pressure.
Zoom in on that.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I like.
I have nothing
this.
else to do but hum
I'm
right
sorry,
now,
but this
so
is a lot
don't
of
mind
fun.
me.
You may not realize it.
Oh, see, you
I
thought the
don't know
hard
what
part was
people were-
over.
Wow, that was so difficult. How did he figure out how to get that open? I don't understand what the problem is.
The problem is not everyone has janitor keys to unbox their Nexus 7.
Really,
put
you
this
think a
aside.
standard front door key will not do the trick
No.
of
Let me
slicing
move this.
through
No,
tape?
you need janitor keys.
David, how much for a key that will slice through
Look
tape?
at this guy. Really knows his unboxings, doesn't he? There's a manual. Let's get this. Let's do this. Hold on.
This is a gorgeous.
Because I used to unbox professionally. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, give me that.
There we go.
Okay.
Forward.
Hold on. Let me just.
Wall adapter.
I like to wrap this under here. Hold on. Give me that. No, don't unwrap it.
Can I look at the? Can I look at the box?
Yeah, here.
All right. There's. Oh wait, there is something written. Oh, it's just a.
Here we go.
It's
You
an
got that?
address for ASUS.
Do you want to?
Here's what I would do. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I just get it something like this. Maybe
It's gonna fall over.
It's not.
Here, I'll hold
I'm holding that.
it.
It's not going to stay, Captain.
Let's put that right there.
This is not going-
Professional unboxer.
By the way,
in
I
past life.
apologize to the to the audio only listeners. Just put this around there like that, so that it's not indecent.
It's a
like,
blanket.
It's
I
like it's
mean-
wearing like a little like toga. Just get that like pants, instruction pants
gorgeous.
with a little hat. There you go. That is an Nexus 7. There it is. It's wearing instruction pants
A Daniel Boone cap.
and a AC hat, and I think it looks
We
pretty
can
good.
We can give the hat.
Give it a tail.
tassel. We can
Give the hat a little
tassel.
ponytail. Stick it in there. No. Just stick it in there the way it is.
I hope you're listening audio only now.
Little ponytail there. Oops. It lost its head. My goodness.
Oh no.
Okay, here you go. There. Congratulations. I have no idea why we did that. I don't know. But, it was fun.
That was great.
Screw it.
And we proved that it's actually not.
And we
that
proved
hard.
it's not that hard to
not that
unbox.
hard.
Anyhow,
journalism
Nexus
right there.
7. You have one. You've been using it.
Yeah, so I've been using
What do
it.
you think?
I had a first generation iPad.
Yeah.
And was debating between the new iPad and a Nexus 7. I bought a Nexus 7.
Yep.
And for the most part, really like it. The speaker is awful. Like,
Oh, I thought the speaker was
Awful.
pretty good.
really? Maybe I got a bad unit, but mine is like just basically unusable.
Wait.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
You said for the most part it's good, but you didn't say equivocate. Is it better for you than the iPad, or is it
Well,
worse?
so the thing I love is the size.
Yeah, the size is great.
7 inches is amazing.
But
I
it's
really
also,
think
but
it is.
Jelly Bean's also really. It's not just about the size.
No.
It feels like a real product.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It feels like a real product in the
Project
way that, like,
Butter is very much a real thing.
I mean, it feels like a real product in the way that many tablets before it did not.
yeah.
To my eyes,
I mean, is that just because it's smoother and faster?
to my eyes and fingers. It's smoother. It's faster. I mean, one thing I'll say is like the lack of tablet optimized apps. I think Pocket does a pretty good job of playing. The Google Plus app is good. Pocket is good. There's a few. There's a few. Oh, Evernote is quite good.
Yeah.
For
and
it.
they just updated this week.
Yeah,
with an even
I
better
mean, there
UI.
are some really good apps there that and like then there's like a sea of just very mediocre garbage.
But-
the games are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think like Shadowgun and Dead Trigger are both really fun to play on it. They look good.
Well, and the other upside of a 7-inch tablet, especially for Android, is that all the apps that look terrible on 10-inch screens look
Somewhat passable.
halfway
little bit.
Like Twitter
functional. Right.
is not painful to
Right.
use. I mean, it still needs to be. I mean, they need to go hollow. And by the way, I know that I'm not one to talk because our app is not full hollow. That's something to talk about
We have
actually.
apps.
Yeah, we
we'll
should
get
talk
to
about that. But they should go full hollow. And by the way, we will also be
Going full
updating.
hollow.
We're going to go full hollow. No, we're updating those apps, and I'll talk about them in a second. But
So I mean, the thing is, I'm not. Maybe it's just me, but like I'm not as excited about the Nexus 7 as I am the Galaxy Nexus with Jelly Bean. Like that was the cool thing to me.
yeah,
Because Google Now.
go on.
Sorry,
I'm
just-
listening.
I'm just hearing a lot of weird high pitched sounds outside the studio, but no one else can hear it. Anyway, yeah, Google Now is like the cool thing for me for Jelly Bean. It doesn't make as much sense unless there's a cellular connection.
The Google Now doesn't seem that interesting to me on the tablet. It seems really interesting to me on the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I use it all the time.
Yeah,
it does
it's
cool. It does
amazing.
cool stuff.
And it made me realize how bad Siri is.
Well, I mean, it definitely does things that I need it to do. Like it says, like leave in 15 minutes to get to X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. I do need to do that. Is this cool? I'm just trying some new positions. Now I have this thing like completely straight. I like actually. I kind of like that. This is a little more pro. There.
Pretty pro. You look pretty legit right now.
I'm fairly legit.
Yeah.
I'm like 98% legit. 2%
That's still way too legit to quit.
Really? Did you just do the hand signal for too legit to quit? Is that what you did, Creighton? Really?
There's a hand signal.
Thank you. Are you kidding me?
What? Wait.
What?
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 Are you high, man?
Seriously, hold on.
That's like 50% of the song is the hand
I
stuff.
don't think I've ever seen
I'm sure
this
there's
video.
a guide to this. Hold on.
Oh man.
All right, here you go. David, follow along at home. Okay. Two. Legit.
Legit.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
Quit.
Quit. It's like I'm not gonna do.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
too.
All right, so
That's amazing. So it's 2
All right, here, hold on.
legit, 2 quit.
now in real time.
No. Don't
He's
do
got-
Can we
it.
just play
He
the
has
song?
to learn.
Can we play the whole song? I'll do it later.
Do we
I'll
have
come
the
back
rights?
next week with.
Do we have the
With the
rights?
ability.
Yeah, we got the rights at Too Legit to Quit. You didn't know that Vox actually we paid for the rights at Too Legit to Quit just in the hopes that someday we'd find a way to use it.
We knew someone on staff. We figured Sam didn't know it, so we could use it later.
Sam Sheffer.
Sam Sheffer, the
He's
man
never,
who knows
he's never heard
nothing
Too
about
Legit to
pop
Quit.
culture.
Yeah. Anyhow, we should. Oh, let's talk about the apps.
Let's talk. Yeah.
Wait, one
Oh wait, it's a topic.
one more thing I want to
Go.
talk about
Lay
before
it
we
on
get
me.
to that
I'm
is
listening.
AT&T CEO Randall Stevenson not denying FaceTime over 3G data
Oh,
packages.
let's talk
which
about this.
Neeli
Yeah.
Let's
flipped
talk
out
about this.
yesterday.
Let's talk about this. We saw a post somewhere where it was a 9 to 5 or somebody else had
I
it.
think that's right. I forget.
Where AT&T there's in the latest beta of iOS 6,
Yep.
according to some developer somewhere, there is a warning that says when you try to put on FaceTime on 3G, it says in order to turn on FaceTime over 3G, please contact AT&T. Okay? So the suggestion is that video calling using FaceTime over 3G, which is just your data, which is just using your data that you pay for already, that would need to be engaged as a separate service, which we assume would cost some amount of money. If this is true, if AT&T is doing this, go to an AT&T store and just start smashing their windows. Just get a baseball bat, get a brick, get whatever, and just smash away. I want total anarchy in the streets. I want the National Guard called in. I want curfews. I want hell on
baiting
earth.
it up right now.
I want Bane. I want to see some Bane style. I don't know exactly, but I want to see some what I believe will be Bane style action.
This is Ralph de la Vega's Reckoning.
Directed towards this is Ralph de la Vega's Reckoning, and Batman can die when AT&T lies in rubble.
wow. Wow.
Okay.
That's
No, but I will say this: this is an outrage, and people should be pissed.
Hypothetical outrage. I don't-
Hypothetical.
Sure.
Again, if not, AT&T, great, love you, can't wait to have lunch sometime.
But the thing for me is if his
Like I have lunch with the entirety of AT&T.
It's a guy in a
The
suit
ball,
with a giant ball
the
head.
globe comes over with arms, and he's like, "Where do you want to eat?"
Yeah, like,
But that's the way he sounds. By the way.
how
That's the way
does it eat?
through one of those slits?
Through all the slits?
Yeah, he just absorbs. He just absorbs like a hamburger. Just
porous
gets absorbed,
globe.
just absorbed through the slits. It's like dripping. There's like parts of it dripping out. There's like a lower slit for excretions. Sure. We're talking about the AT&T.
Hypothetical. Hypothetical.
What?
The singular guy comes out of the ball.
What's the singular guy?
does the singular guy live
singular
inside the
guy.
ball?
guy.
He's like trying to get out, but he's been eaten alive. He's like, kill me, like an alien. Anyhow, spoiler alert. Anyhow, so no, we don't know if it's actually happening.
Well, but the thing is, if he's going to come out and say
Is
it's too early to
this
talk
Ralph
about
de la Vega?
pricing.
Is that what he said?
Randall Stevenson.
Randall
Oh,
Stevenson.
Randall Stevenson. What did he say?
He said it's too early to talk about pricing.
He's like, no.
That doesn't say we're not doing this.
We don't know how much it'll cost for you to use your own data on top of the price we charge you for your own data, but it will be something. No, I mean, it's a outrage, and I seriously I encourage. I mean, if this happens, you should boycott. I will be switching services. I mean, there's just no way I can. There's no way I can abide this company fleecing its customers like this.
Well, and what's insane
I mean,
is
it's, you can use. I can do all kinds of different video stuff over 3G right now.
Right.
You know, that's data intensive on my account because I pay for a certain amount of data, which they've been, ratcheting up further and further.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's always been like the dumbest workaround for these weird limits? They have download limits, for example. Just use a MiFi.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's like so AT&T's network can handle it if it's a MiFi. If it's a phone, it doesn't know what to do, or it charges more.
I mean, I don't.
It's
this
so
may
arbitrary.
This may be nothing. It may be. Maybe they want to make sure that you want to. You know, maybe it's something that's like they just want to make sure that you actually want to engage that because it will use a lot of data, right? So they want to say to you like, hey, you have to make
Maps does.
you have to make a decision to
Right.
turn this on because it's going to incur a lot of data charges potentially. That's fine.
That's not what's happening.
I don't
There's no
think
way.
so.
There's no way.
Again, Bane. I want Bane style anarchy.
Yeah.
I want.
Well, I mean-
AT&T terrorism. I think it's illegal to call for smashing of windows. I'm not
You
sure.
may have done that.
This is all, no, you said hypothetical. It's fine.
Hypothetically, if it's hypothetically, I want you to hypothetically do this.
Right.
In a hypothetical world where they do charge for FaceTime over 3G.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most like aggressively broken net neutrality thing I've ever seen. And we've talked about this for forever. Like, oh, what if Comcast
I wish Neil were here right
makes
now.
you pay? Well, he'd be swearing and freaking
He
out.
would
like
make
did on
my
96 on the
rage
Verge.
seem tame by
This table-
comparison.
He would have
Through the
smashed
window.
windows. Yeah,
This table would be thrown.
all the windows would be smashed.
Thrown onto a police cruiser. Then he would jump out of the window on top of the police cruiser and rip the police officer out of the.
He would be going Ballmer
I'm
psycho.
imagining,
Keep
I'm
going.
imagining like some Bane.
Go
This is
on.
what Bane might be doing.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop thinking about Dark Knight Rises.
The pain that Neil has, he makes us have to wear a mask.
Yeah, he's like,
how could you?
Net neutrality
How dare you charge for FaceTime over 3G?
that's what he'll sound like. The weird
This
thing
is
about
getting
Bane.
worse.
The weird thing about Bane is he's like kind of soft spoken.
He's now like an anti-hero for you.
He's kind of a hero. He's just a hero.
Well, and didn't they? Was this just a rumor? Or did this actually? I look at you because I assume you know everything about nerdy comic book things.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I mean,
What?
But
honestly,
so-
this was pop culture
Wait,
cast. I'd be
what
fine.
were you gonna
That
say?
when they did the extended preview before Mission Impossible 4, that Bane was like completely inscrutable, so they had to change.
Yes.
Yes,
That's right.
true.
It's
That's
The
absolutely
original,
true.
the original trailer, or the teaser, if you've ever seen it,
I actually haven't seen
it's
it.
impossible to hear. But also,
Mission
there's-
Impossible 4
now
is a
that-
good movie,
But now there's this. Did you say 4? You mean 3? Oh no,
No, it's 4.
Four.
It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
vertical.
Sorry, 3 is amazing.
Three is a very good
re-
Four
I-
is still
I
the
think-
best, though. 4 is the
I
best.
disagree. I
Oh,
disagree.
really?
Yeah, I think 4 is a little over the top.
It was
Yes,
like
it-
Die Hard 4 was a little over the top, but also awesome.
No, this is.
I didn't see Die
There's no
Hard.
parallelism with this one. Anyway, so you were saying
Die Hard 4 was terrible. Actually, I did
it
see it,
was.
and it's terrible.
it's got Justin Long. It's pretty bad.
Anyhow.
Cause and effect. Go on.
So, but they're also saying now, like, that they had to overdub all of the dialogue shot on IMAX cameras because they're so loud. And there's
Really?
a
That I didn't hear.
Yeah, and the new. I was just reading this somewhere that they were saying that I was reading a review of it somewhere, and they were saying that they had to redub all, which I think is like maybe the excuse they're using for the original horrible. But like, what is it with Christopher Nolan and horrible voices in Batman movies? I mean, when
He loves them.
the Batman voice is totally ridiculous.
He sounds like he's about to sneeze
And
every
when-
single
yeah.
time.
And
He's like
when-
holding in his sneeze.
And
You know-
when you first heard it, I definitely was like, "What?" I was like, "What is going on with his voice? This is ridiculous."
Honestly, it depends. Like, in some parts of Batman Begins, it's not so bad. But by the time the Dark Knight
Yeah.
the Dark Knight hit, it was all.
no,
this.
it's like, but he has a thing. It's supposed to be like a voice changer in his mask.
right.
It's like
It
there's
doesn't cover his mouth.
There's a description for it. There's like, I mean, there's like some reasoning
Oh,
for
really?
it.
I always just assumed he was putting it on.
No. There's like a thing that changes his
Oh,
voice.
okay.
So here,
It just changed. It makes it sound like he's about to sneeze.
Yeah.
I'm going to really
That's the
quickly.
setting.
No, but you know what? They've always been kind of weak on this stuff. Like the
Yeah.
goggles, the stupid goggles.
At the end of Dark Knight,
Yes.
it almost ruins the entire
Oh,
movie.
they're so bad. I mean, I remember when we saw. Were you in Canada? Were you at the? I don't think you were there.
I've never been to Canada.
Oh no, this was at
As
the,
far as I'm
this is
legally
an
aware,
Old,
I've never been to Canada.
old Engadget gathering. Was where I
Oh, it
first
was
saw
right.
them.
That was actually right before I got hired.
It's right before you got
Yeah.
hired, and we all went to see it at IMAX, and I was enjoying it up until the goggles part. Then I was like, "This is ridiculous! Like just utterly horrible and ridiculous."
Well, it's only ridiculous because Christopher Nolan has been so. They reboot Batman as a semi-real. There's like
yeah,
there's
it's like
an
the
era of
technology. It's
believability.
not that like it's not like I cannot believe we've been talking about the Dark
It's not like
Knight
there's a
for this
flying
long, by the way.
Batmobile or anything.
Well, but that's different.
Except
You
now
can
there is.
imagine a flying Batmobile. That technology is unimaginable. It's not possible. It's not even remotely science based. It's like fantasy.
Although, if we want to get like
course.
nitpicky details, the the cape that can't fly. There's a huge article about it last week. Like the cape is scientifically impossible to use for gliding.
That was a great article.
You don't know. You don't know that.
You weren't there, man.
You don't know.
You don't
weren't
know.
there.
You're not Batman.
Anyhow, yeah, you don't know about.
You're not my Batman.
You're not my Batman. Is right. All right, I think we have to wrap this hell world up.
So talk
so
about
we can
apps.
go get in line.
Verge app.
Yeah.
Oh, Verge apps. Sorry, before we wrap this hell world up.
Nightmare Hell Ride.
It's Nightmare Hell Ride. So we released Verge apps for iOS and Android. They are version 1. You know, they're our first pass. We have a lot of plans for them. I hope that you guys will. They're good. I mean, I think they're very good. They're solid apps. But we have a lot. Just as usual, there are a lot of things we wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to do because of time restrictions. We're working on them. We're continuing to develop and tweak them. We have tablet plans that are revving right now. That what we don't want to do is just another, Me Too app. We want to do something that's right. That's really like good.
That doesn't look like crap on the Nexus 7.
That doesn't look like on the Nexus 7 and for the iPad. The iPad would be the first target probably, given the fact that it has like all of the market share. But anyhow, the apps are out. They're available right now. People have been really receptive and responsive and have really enjoyed them apparently, and that's great. We hear the feedback. If you've got something that's like, why does it do this? Like, believe me, we're making a list and we're taking all that stuff to heart. And we're going to rev on them and make changes. And it's like a number one goal to make sure that you guys are happy that you like them. You meaning the reader and the user of the apps. But they're cool. They have some really cool features. They have features that like I wish our site had. Like they've got this following feature where you can follow when you see a story stream pop into and we need to make story streams easier to find. That's something we need to do on the site as well as in the apps. But if you see a story stream in our news flow and you hit follow, you'll be updated when there's new stories attached to that.
You can do that on Facebook too.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do it on if you like a story stream. I think I posted about this actually. If you like a story stream, you'll get updated when there's new updates to it. It's very cool. So, good way to follow the news that you're interested in as a human.
Hey, Josh, where is the WebOS app? Our readers want to know.
There's a lot of questions about WebOS.
For my Pixie.
And development is sure and steady. We were looking forward to a great WebOS release 5 years ago. And
in the days before Verge.
And people are asking about Windows Phone. And when we have the resources to put against doing more apps for other platforms, we're going to obviously look at, Windows Phone is the first on the first top of the list there.
And then Migo once Nokia.
And then Migo.
And then Tizen.
Tizen. No, I mean we want to do it for every platform. We just have to, there's monetary concerns for us. There are timing concerns for us, and we have to, serve the audiences that are there first.
Fortunately, our mobile site's pretty good.
Our mobile site is good.
Except for the weird scrolling in the hero. But that's a whole different thing.
Please. Please don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
Please leave. No, but we're working on these things. We're happy to have them out. We're excited about them. And we will be iterating on them. So go download them, check them out. They're actually really great. I mean, I find that they're extremely useful for getting news to quickly you want to check in on the latest stories. People who are used to blogs will be happy to know that the stories are presented in a reverse chronological order, which will be very understandable and pleasing.
And reverse chronological.
And reverse chronological. That's it. That's all I have to say. Anything to add, guys?
They're awesome. I like apps.
Okay, yeah. And then finally, I'm going to say On the Verge, new On the Verge, July 26th. We're going to announce information. We've got some cool guests lined up. We have some cool giveaways. Oh, Creighton, can I talk about the giveaways?
No.
I can't talk about them yet?
Did you see my email?
Nope.
They exist.
There will be them.
They're not.
We were told 95%.
No, that's fine.
We
I
might
saw
be
that.
giving away Creighton on
Creighton
Verge.
is
Yeah.
Creighton is being given away.
Yeah.
Win a date with Creighton. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's got very floppy dark hair. He wears cowboy boots. He loves to laugh. He loves film. He's like face palming right now. He's tall. How tall are you, Creighton?
6'1".
He's a cute, good looking guy.
And you
Good
can
looking
call
guy.
him Krayshawn.
And you
if
can
you're
call him
so inclined.
Krayshawn.
Oh my
he
God,
won't-
guys, Craydate.com.
Craydate.com.
Done.
Check it out.
We need to get that.
That's what we'll be giving. No. So July 26th, it's next Thursday, and we're in our new space, the super awesome, great new space right here in the heart of Manhattan. It's called the Manhattan Center. It's where we shot the Jimmy Fallon episode, actually, and it's very cool, way easier to get to, and just like a really nice studio. We're excited about being there, and we have a lot of cool stuff planned. So get ready, get excited, get pumped. Are you pumped?
Get in line
Excited?
There's a post tomorrow.
There'll be a post up.
Get out of the Dark
tomorrow,
Knight line.
tomorrow morning.
But
Get
you
in line
listen
for
live.
Tonight,
It's the
tomorrow morning,
early
we'll have a post
preview.
with some information coming up. Okay, that's it. I think we should wrap this up.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, that's the Vergecast for this week. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at vergecast@theverge.com. You can find us on Twitter. The Verge is @Verge. I'm Joshua Topolsky. David Pierce is Pierce David. And
You
for
can do
some,
this.
for some
You can
reason.
do this.
And Ross Miller is Oh No Roscoe, no E, 1 R.
Why would
4 O's.
Is that right? There is
Yes,
an R.
4 O's.
There's 1 R there.
4 O's?
1 R.
1 R.
You can also you can also leave a comment on the post when the post goes up.
They know that already.
We know you're going to, and we know what it's going to be: complaints about our video player. Oh, speaking of, we are working with Uyala, who is our video provider, to have a better solution. Oh, and this is great to know: in the iOS and the Android app, all videos fully watchable.
Very exciting.
So here.
We did notice it takes about 20 minutes for them to work
Re-
after they go up on site.
Oh, there's a little bit of a delay apparently from when they're available for mobile. There's like a 20-minute delay, but something like that. But we're obviously working on that as well. But they're all like, you can go watch videos on your phone.
And last thing.
Yes.
If you want more Josh Topolsky today, check it out later tonight at 90 Seconds on the
90
Verge.
seconds on the Verge is going to be a lot more of me. You're going to
You
love
have
it.
quite the salesman voice.
Yeah, you really
there.
have.
I've got to pitch
Yeah,
this
that's
thing.
right.
It's got to keep going.
And that's the Vergecast for this week. We'll be back next week, but probably on Friday, given the fact that we're doing On the Verge on a Thursday. And that's it. I wish you and yours the very best in the upcoming days and weeks.
Paul.
Don't spoil the Dark Knight.
Rock and roll.